What if I told you cutting her off isn't the punishment you think it is? You think going no contact will shatter her, that the silence will echo through her chest and break her down. But here's the hard truth. Most women expect it. They've seen it. They've even prepared for it. No contact might stop the noise, but it doesn't destroy the ego. It doesn't flip the power dynamic. It doesn't make her regret. You're here because you were loyal. You were all in. You gave her your trust, your time, your energy. And when she walked away, she didn't just leave you lonely. She left you questioning your worth. That's not a wound. That's an awakening. This video isn't about petty revenge. It's not about begging her back. It's about becoming the man whose silence isn't just the absence of words, but the presence of power. We're going deeper than no contact. We're rewiring your mind, rebuilding your frame, and reawakening the force inside you that makes her wish she never let go. This is Stoic Blessing, and today we show you how to crush her ego without ever lifting a finger. If you're done being haunted by her memory, if you're ready to crush the ego that crushed you, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I rise from rejection. Now let's go deeper. Number 1. Burn the illusion. You're not grieving her. You're grieving the idea of her, the fantasy you created, the version of her that only ever lived in your mind. The woman who said the right things, touched your soul, maybe even promised forever. That woman, she was a projection, a mask, built out of your loyalty, your hope, your need to believe someone could finally see you and never let go. But what did she actually do? Did she walk away without explanation? Did she breadcrumb you, play the victim, run to another man while you were still bleeding? That's not love. That's not loyalty. That's ego. And every time you replay old messages or cling to memories where she seemed different, you're feeding that illusion. You're keeping her elevated in a place she no longer deserves. This is the first strike in crushing her ego. You must burn the pedestal, because every time you replay the fantasy, you give her power, you validate her, you keep her inflated in your mind. And if you keep seeing her as rare, as special, as someone you lost, she wins. A Stoic man sees things for what they are, not what he wishes they were. You've got to let go of that image you've been worshipping. That fantasy is your cage. And when you finally look at her without the filter of emotion, you'll see the flaws you ignored, the patterns you excused, the red flags you repainted white. She wasn't your soulmate. She was your teacher. And the lesson: stop loving potential. Stop romanticizing chaos. Start respecting yourself more than your attachment. Burn the illusion, and in the ashes, you'll find the truth. She didn't break your heart. She exposed where you had no boundaries. Number 2. Become unreachable. No contact is basic. It's the bare minimum. Any man can disappear physically, block her, mute her, walk away. That's not power. That's default. If you want to truly crush her ego, you need to go deeper. You need to become unreachable, not just to her fingers, but to her influence. That means no emotional leaks, no Instagram stories posted for her, no quotes designed to sting, no subtle messages begging her to notice the new you. Because here's the truth: if she knows you still care, she still controls you. If she can still trigger you with silence, a cryptic post, or her name showing up in your notifications, she's winning. And a Stoic man does not play to lose. To become unreachable, you have to stop reacting and start mastering detachment. This isn't about acting cold, it's about being in control. You don't check her socials, you don't ask mutuals how she's doing, you don't let her live rent-free in your thoughts. You reclaim your inner fortress, because that's what she's trying to breach, not your phone, not your house, your peace of mind. Understand this: women who are used to attention hate indifference. They crave a reaction, even a negative one. But silence paired with zero emotional residue, that's torment. That's when the what-ifs creep in. That's when the ego shatters, not when you disappear, but when you vanish from caring. Unreachable means she doesn't know what you're feeling, thinking, or planning. And that mystery, that's magnetic. You become the unknown. You become the question mark in her head that keeps her awake. And when she can't predict you, she starts to panic. She starts to wonder if she really had the impact she thought. That's when the balance shifts. That's when you rise. Number 3, master the void. Most men fear the silence. They treat it like a waiting room, something to endure until she reaches out, until she regrets, until she returns. But that mindset, that's weakness disguised as patience. If you want to flip the script, you don't survive the silence. You master it. You turn the void into your domain. A Stoic doesn't run from emptiness. He owns it. Here's the secret. The void is where transformation begins. Not in the chaos, not in the arguments, not in the fake closure. It's in the silence, where there's no distraction, no dopamine, no validation, that you meet your real self. The part of you that's still bleeding, the part of you that needs rebuilding, the part she never truly understood. And that's where the power lies. Because while she's out trying to distract herself, chase attention, or pretend she's unfazed, you're going deep. You're stacking discipline. You're becoming sharper, colder, more focused. You're turning silence into your gym, your temple, your battlefield. The man who sits comfortably with nothing, no validation, no affection, no noise, is the man who becomes everything. Mastering the void means you stop obsessing over when she'll notice and start obsessing over what you're becoming. It means you detach not just from her, but from needing anyone to complete you. You start to move differently. You speak less. You observe more. You build in silence so loudly that when the world finally sees you again, they have no idea how you became this version. And she will feel it, not through a text, not through a post, but through the absence of your weakness, through the shift in energy when you're no longer searching for her in the silence, but using that silence to evolve. Number 4, the mirror effect. You don't crush her ego by explaining yourself. You do it by becoming a mirror, one she can't avoid, one that reflects every choice she made back at her with brutal clarity. Most men try to gain closure. They write long messages, pour their soul out, trying to make her understand. But that's not power. That's surrender. That's you begging for validation. And that's exactly what feeds her ego. You want to shake her world. Say nothing. Let the silence speak. Let the consequences echo. When you stop chasing and start reflecting her energy back at her, something shifts. She's forced to confront herself. The attention she thrived on? Gone. The drama she used to control you? Dead. And now all that's left is the choices she made and your cold, calculated absence staring her in the face. This is the mirror effect. You stop reacting and you start becoming the consequence. Not out of spite, but out of self-respect. You give her nothing to argue with, nothing to twist, nothing to blame, just her own decisions staring back at her, and the growing awareness that she lost a man who changed because of her, not for her. That's when the self-doubt creeps in. That's when her confidence starts to fracture, because deep down she expected you to fold, to beg, to wait, and when you don't, when you evolve in total silence, detached from needing her to notice, that's when she feels it. Regret, curiosity, insecurity, and the best part, you didn't force it. You mirrored it. You gave her nothing but her reflection, and that's what she can't handle. Number 5, withdraw all validation. Ego feeds on attention. It survives off praise, reactions, jealousy, any sign that you still care. That's why even after she leaves, she might still orbit. A like here, a random story view, a just checking in text. Don't take the bait. This isn't affection. It's ego maintenance. She's not asking, do you still love me? She's asking, do I still have control? Here's where most men lose. They validate her even in silence. They post thirst traps, hoping she sees. They over-explain why they're done. They throw subtle shade, thinking it'll sting. But every move like that is proof that she still matters. You want to crush her ego? Kill the supply. Withdraw all validation. Not with anger, with indifference. A Stoic man understands that attention is currency. Every like, every glance, every emotional reaction is payment, and she's already overdrawn. You don't owe her closure. You don't owe her your glow-up announcement. Your silence and success are self-sufficient. You don't post to prove a point. You move like a man whose time is too valuable to waste on reminders. This is where her ego starts to starve. When she realizes your growth isn't a show, it's reality, and she's not in the audience. You're not trying to spark jealousy. You're simply done handing out your energy like free samples. She wanted distance? Give her the cold vacuum of being forgotten. And the deeper you go into that quiet power, the more her ego fractures. Because what's worse than anger? Irrelevance. When she sees that you don't even care if she's watching, that's when it hits her. She's no longer the center of your universe. She's not even a name you say out loud. Number 6. Transmute the pain into power. This pain you're carrying, it's not a curse. It's raw material, and you've got two choices. Let it rot you from the inside, or melt it down and forge something unbreakable. A lot of men sit in the wreckage, replaying the betrayal, asking, "Why me?" But a Stoic doesn't ask why. He asks, "What now?"